About a year ago, I got this headlamp. Really impressed with it. Nice bright beam, a broad beam. You could run them together, so it always gave you lots of light. And the really nice thing about this was it had a ratcheting mechanism that allowed you to control the tilt of the headlamp. And that was the problem also, because as I had pointed out, that ratcheting mechanism was plastic. And sure enough, when I went to change the batteries, it snapped, and now it's not all that useful. So is there something better? I surely hope so. And thanks to the Home Depot Seeds program, we're going to be looking at the Husky Rechargeable Dual Power Broad Range Headlamp. And unlike the other one, this one will do spot, night, flood, and peripheral with up to a range of 220 degrees. And yes, you can go into the water with it. 3 feet, but it's still, that makes it waterproof. So let's take a look. Once you manage to break the product out of its blister pack, you have two items, a USB-A to a USB-C cable, which has an adapter on it, so you can actually just go USB-C to USB-C. That's nice. Then you have the device itself. Now, two buttons on it, beam and broad range. The broad range is the lamps on the left, right-hand side, and underneath. So when those kick on, you have just soft light going out in all directions. We can turn that off. And then we have what's being called just the beam. And this is your assortment of lights. We have center and two upper LEDs, very bright. Then we just have the two little upper LEDs, so less intense. Then we just have the center high intensity one all by itself. And then we have two red LEDs, which help to preserve night vision. So that's nice. And during this whole time, if you wanted to, you could run the broads. So let me cycle through this again. And you see the broads stay on, though that might be a contradiction to have the reds and the broad on simultaneously. So that's pretty cool. Lots of intense light. This will pivot. Unfortunately, just like the other brand, it's plastic. So I'm not too sure how much better this ratcheting mechanism is going to do than that broken one there. But the other thing to note is that in this plastic tab here is where the battery, the rechargeable battery, is kept. Now, what I don't like about this, it's again, you're having to push up on a piece of plastic to get it to come loose so that you can open this up. This has a gasket because, of course, this is waterproof up to 1 meter, 3 feet. And here's the rechargeable battery. So it looks like, since that's where your USB charging cable is going to go, that you're going to have to open up this case every single time you want to charge the battery. Now, you could swap this out and put in some alkaline batteries, 3 alkaline batteries in there. And so you're never stuck with just having to use the rechargeable only. If, power's out and you go through this, you can always just drop in some alkaline batteries and be good to go. But still, the fact that you have to deal with this piece of plastic here, I think that begs at some point that it's going to snap off. And the same thing with the ratcheting mechanism. I do like the fact that you have spot, flood, spot, red, and your three broad lights. When the battery is running low, the unit will flash 3 times, indicating that you need to replace the battery or get it recharged. And no, there is no power adapter. You have to supply that. And one off your cell phone will probably work. I have some outlets that can take a USB-A, so that's one way for me to charge this up. So you just have to rely on what's sort of basically sitting around your house. With the USB-A plugged into a charging receptacle, we come down to the unit, we get a red indicator for charging. As you can see, the cable is kind of short, so it's just dangling in the air. And hopefully that light will turn green or give us some indication when it's fully charged. And indeed, once the battery was fully charged, we got a green light. And now for a real-world test. We're up in an attic, and we're going to turn on the light. I'm going to hold it in front of the camera so that you can see the peripheral light that comes off of it, and then we'll go through the different modes. I think you'll agree that this is a must-have headlamp when you're working in dark areas where you need the light to be wherever you're looking. And our last real-world test is to see if it's waterproof. You're going to take a shower, you need a light, or you're out in the rain. After being submerged for over a minute, we take it out, we turn off the lights, and we open it up. And if you look inside, it's dry except for, no, it's totally dry. I thought there might be some water dripping off of me, but battery compartment's dry, the back end is totally dry. So at least for short durations of wetness, this will work. With the headband removed, you can use the ratcheting back end as a stand for directing your light when you have to work in just flat areas. Pros and cons to this unit. Versatile light with many modes to operate in. It's waterproof. It's highly flexible. The only real con to this unit is the one that I keep on mentioning, which is these two plastic pins. I don't know that they will be durable enough for long-term use. But that aside, I just think this is a really great unit. If you found this video interesting or useful, give us a thumbs up, leave us a comment, join the subscription team, and as always, thank you ever so much for watching.